fuck going on with y'all? Hopefully my mic is working. Let me test all my shit real quick. Nope, that's default. Change it. All right, we're good. What's going on, everyone? I know this looks really weird. I know I'm like elevated right now, but I'm recording on my laptop. We are streaming from my laptop. We have 2 NBA games to cover. They have just concluded, and I think I'm about to go out. I'm not really sure what the plans are tonight. I'm going to be looking down here because my laptop setup is down here. But we have 2 NBA games to talk about, and then I'm kind of just going to head out here. I might have time to even record some NFL content, and if that's the case, I might just fucking leave and go home. Shit's pissing me off. But let's kind of talk about some stuff here. Let's get into the games. All right, here we go. We got it set up. We're actually like really on top of shit right now. Let's first talk about the Hawks and the Spurs. De'Aaron Fox and Keldon Johnson lead the Spurs to their 3rd straight victory without Victor Wembanyama. They're looking good without Victor Wembanyama, but having De'Aaron Fox there is definitely a nice trade, beating the Hawks by 9 points. Great scoring for both De'Aaron Fox and Keldon Johnson, who have been spearheading it. Keldon Johnson, for a while, has been a really good, like, off-the-bench player for this team. He used to start at a point, but there you go. Yeah, without Wemby, they're just continuing to win games. You know, De'Aaron Fox hitting tough shots again and again, multiple and ones against great defenders like Kristaps Porzingis. I don't know if this is going to let me click through. You know, you get Davis Jones getting to the rim and dunking it down. I haven't really heard of bro, but there you go. Julian Champagnie getting to the rack. Jeremy Sohan getting to the rack. Very good at the rim stuff here for the Spurs. And I guess without Victor Wembanyama, who's more like their stretch big, and like he's not there in the paint as a threat, so I guess they have to kind of compensate it by going to the rim. And that seems like that's what they did today. The Hawks get a tough loss here. Hawks have been playing really good this season, though. I can't really hate on them. Looking at the box score, I think as always, Jalen Johnson has been playing amazing this year. 26 points. He shot 67% overall. 12 rebounds. He was a great passer for this team throughout the game. I mean, you look at 16 points for Kristaps Porzingis off of 76-7 splits, and he was a pretty good rebounder and at-the-rim defender for this team. 38 points for Nickeil Alexander-Walker, a bucket out there, 8 for 10, 80% three-point shooting, and he was also a really good defender and facilitator for this team. And off the bench, you get 15 points for Onyeka Okongwu, and he was very efficient at doing it. He shot 60% from 3, was grabbing rebounds, was passing the ball around, all that stuff. 10 points even for Luke Kennard, who shot 67% overall. That meme's got to go. And he was also playing some pretty good defense for this team. I just think they need, I don't know, like, can we keep excusing Zachary Risache for playing like this? I don't know if we can. He only shot 10% from the field, only made 1 shot, missed all of his threes. Really not a lot of redeeming factors here. And they played guys like Onyeka Okongwu and Vit Krejci off the bench. But hell, you have Luke Kennard, you have Keaton Wallace, you have all these different, who again, by the way, is Cason Wallace's brother. You have these options off the bench, and they're just not using them as well as I think they should. You look at the Spurs, you get a 16 for this team, and you get 26 points for De'Aaron Fox off of 50% three-point shooting, and he was doing a little bit of everything, playing defense, passing the ball around, grabbing rebounds. 15 points for Devin Vassell even off of 60% three-point shooting, grabbing rebounds too. Great bench performances from guys like Keldon Johnson, 25 points off of 75-60 splits, grabbing a lot of rebounds too. This was just a really good board-grabbing team, and Victor Wembanyama must have instilled that in them. I don't know. 12 points for David Jones-Garcia, whoever the hell that is. He made a 3. He was grabbing rebounds, passing the ball around, playing some really good defense. So overall, a really good performance for the Spurs. Let's move on, though, into the overtime absolute banger game. This was the game I pretty much watched for the most part, and I've been watching a little bit of Thursday Night Football as well, but getting into the Sixers and the Bucks, an absolute 50-piece. We're not going to watch any highlights because this game just ended. I'm kind of in a rush to get everything done, but Miles Turner doing the antlers. Go-ahead 3, smacking, knocking it down. Kyle Kuzma hit some tough shots. Tyrese Maxey, he's going to hit tough shots. He was an absolute offensive weapon this game for this team. Jericho Sims being a really good lob threat for the Bucks despite the loss. He was with the Knicks, and he was very good with that as well. Shout out to anyone who pulls up to the chat. I don't know if you guys are. But let's kind of look at the performers here. Again, I'm kind of zooming through these games. I'm not trying to rush. But here you go. Paul George dropped 21 in the win. It's nice to see him get integrated back in the system. He's back. He's always been a great defender and rebounder for the team. Andre Drummond. Okay, no. 54 points for Tyrese Maxey, who shot 40%, 6 for 15 from 3, by the way. He was doing everything, stealing the ball, blocking shots, and sure, he had a lot of turnovers, but that's what happens when you are spearheading an offense like this, and he's grabbing rebounds, he's passing the ball around, damn near had a double-double in that respect. 12 points for VJ Edgecombe. He added a little bit of his own, shooting 50% from 3, 10 rebounds. Great stuff there. 14 points as well off the bench for Quentin Grimes. He's continued to be a huge role player for this team, shooting 33% from 3. Looking at the Bucks side and what went wrong, I guess. 19 points for Bobby Portis. He made a 3, grabbed a lot of rebounds. 17 points for Kyle Kuzma. He could have been a little bit more efficient, maybe knocked down a couple of 3s down the stretch. But I can give him credit, as a good defender for this team. 14 points for Miles Turner. He shot 33% from 3. He's a really good stretch big, and he made some big 3s down the stretch. But the interior work, as big as Miles Turner is, like, how tall is Miles Turner? I think he's almost 7 foot, 250. He needs to work on his interior game because he is very much a stretch, which is cool in the league today. And yeah, he had 10 rebounds, but I don't know. I can't really hate on him, though. 32 points for Ryan Rollins. He was getting chewed out by Doc Rivers. I guess he was missing some 3s. He shot 50% from the field, though. Had 14 assists. He was grabbing rebounds. He didn't look too bad. 11 points for Gary Trent Jr. You'd like to see him shoot better than 40%, but I don't know. I think the main struggle came with a guy like A.J. Green, who shot 60%, overall. When they gave him the ball for 3, he was smacking, and he was grabbing rebounds and doing all that stuff, but maybe they need to integrate him in the offense a little bit more, and they made the adjustment. Gary Trent Jr. came off the bench to be a little bit more of a scorer, but yeah, A.J. Green definitely struggled a little bit, and bro, looking at the games tomorrow, Celtics have the Nets, who are garbage. The Pacers are garbage. The Wizards are garbage. Miami versus Chicago is going to be great. New Orleans versus Dallas, kind of a mid-off. Minnesota versus Phoenix should be a good one. Denver versus Houston is going to be a great game. Utah is mid, and Portland is mid. So I guess that's going to do it for the video. Have a good rest of your night. I'm out of here. Hopefully you guys enjoy whatever, whenever.